Jan, as a child, was full of energy. I was the shy child. Jan was the one that always watched out for me. When Jan was abducted, the first time, things changed. That was really hard for me because we'd been so close. The Birchtolds family moved. My mother kept that relationship going with Robert. As a child, I did think it was okay for him to still be in our lives. His motivation was to get to Jan, and I stood in the way, as well as my parents did. He definitely wanted me to be an outsider. I think I was too close to you, and he wanted me out of the way. At this point, Jan seemed to get more strained. She would say things like, I love him and I want to marry him someday. And this is a 14-year-old talking to her sister. When my mother told Robert that he could not see Jan anymore, she became very defiant. One night, Jan walked out the back door and got in his car and disappeared. I felt terribly alone because my sister was missing. My parents were lost in their misery and guilt. I became aware I was not their focus. My peers stopped talking to me because, there was a lot of rumors. I was labeled the girl whose sister was kidnapped. When Jan came home the first time, it was one of the most poignant moments of my life. She just grabbed me and we hugged. The second time she came home, she got out of the car, walked in the back door. She didn't even say a word. And she was just a blank shell. I was devastated. My parents enabled her. It impacted Jan as an adult.
Karen, it's good to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
When this happens, it does create a disorganization. It creates an arresting of development in certain areas. And one of the common elements is these people sometimes tend to thrive on crisis. Do you think that happens?
Yes, definitely. I know that, with Jan, at points in our lives, as adults, I've been a little bit critical of the decisions that she's made, some pretty bad decisions. And I had to recognize that she didn't have the same childhood that I had. It's affected all of us, our entire family as an adult.
Do you think it changes your emotional decision making as an adult, the way that you deal with stress and problem solving and decision making?
Definitely, and I think that I grapple with and struggle with actually receiving love.
I just told her this a couple years ago. I said, do you realize that I know every marriage and every divorce that you've had because every time I had a baby, I can match him up with one of the births of my children. When I needed mom's help, she had a crisis. She had a divorce, she had a marriage. And I can go through all 5 of them.
You're saying you have a child, you're going home with this child, you need mom there to help, and Jan has a crisis.
It leaves you with this feeling of, oh my gosh, I don't want that to be her experience. I love this woman,
Right.
I love her too.
And I know she loves me too. Yeah, you want that pattern interrupted for sure.
But when you look at it, you can't deny the math.
Yeah.
I mean, the calendar is what it is.
Absolutely.
It's exact.
Yeah.
It's
And
exact.
it's almost like she's attacking your life competitively, like don't spend time with her, come spend time with me.
Oh yeah, oh that's right on, yes. That is right on.
You're really good, Dr.
You are
Phil.
really good.